morning. I have a fun story. It's called Froggy Gets Dressed by Jonathan London, illustrated by Frank Remkowski. It was cold. Froggy woke up and looked out the window. Snow! Snow! He rang. I want to play in the snow. Go back to bed, Froggy, said Mom. No, you know? Frogs are supposed to sleep all winter. Wake up when the snow melts. No, said Froggy. I'm awake. I want to go out and play in the snow. So Froggy put on his socks. Zip. Pulled up his boots. Zip. Put on his hat. Zat. Tried on his coat, scarf. Zip. Tugged on his mittens. Zoom. And flopped outside in the snow. Flop, 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 flop. Froggy! Called his mom. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, cried Froggy. I forgot to put on my pants. He flopped inside, flop, 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 took off his mitten, untied his scarf, took off his hat, pulled off his boots. He left on his socks and slipped on his pants. Zip! Then he pulled up his boots. Zip! Put on his hat. Zat! Tied on his skirt. Zwip! Tugged on his mittens. Zoom! And he flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, 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 flop. Froggy! Called his mom. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, he cried. I forgot to put on my shirt. And your coat, added his mother. So he flopped back inside, flop, 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 tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat. He left on his pants, boots, socks on, and buttoned up his shirt. Zip, zip, zip. Then he snapped on his coat. Zip! Put on his hat. Zat! Tied on his scarf. Zwip! And flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, 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 flop. Froggy! Called Mom. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. He had on his mittens. He had on his scarf. He had on his coat. He had on his shirt. He had on his pants. He had on his boots. He had on his socks. He reached up. Yep. And he had his hat. What could be missing? Your underwear, laughed Mom. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. Look at the other animals are laughing too. He flopped back inside, flop, 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 tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, unsnapped his coat, unbuttoned his shirt, unzipped his pants, pulled off his boots, took off his socks. He left on his hat and slipped on his long johns with a zip of elastic. Then he put on one sock, zip, put on one boot, zip, tugged on one mitten, zoom, started to tug the other, and he let it drop and said, I'm too tired, and went back to sleep. Good night, Froggy. And that's the end of our story. Froggy Gets Dressed.